Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is about 56 hours before we leave for our next Disney trip, and we are super excited. We are just getting into the new year. It is January 2nd, and it's kind of unreal that we are about to be doing a marathon weekend and then our whole trip. So what I'm doing today is getting all of our stuff ready. We're going to try to pack everything. We're starting today because I have the day off, and we're going to be able to get a lot of things done today. We won't be able to finish everything today, but at least we'll have mainly everything ready. So we're finishing up on laundry, and we're just going to try to get everything organized. So I have a packing list that I have started here. I have a grocery list because this trip is very unusual. Most people don't think about camping when you go to Disney World, but we are going to be pulling our brand new to us. We just completely renovated a 1961 Avion camper. We've been working on that project for over a year now, and we're really excited. We aren't completely done with it, but we have everything but the shower finish. So we're pretty proud about it. We're really excited about it. This is not our first stay in the camper, but we did do like a little trial run over Thanksgiving for 3 days at a state park nearby, and we worked out a couple of the kinks, and we're really excited. I think it got Wade a little bit used to pulling the camper, and I don't think he's as scared as he was before. He's still a little worried, and this is something new to us, so we're really excited about it. But we are going to be staying at Walt Disney World for 9 nights. I'm also running my very first marathon, and we're bringing our dog for the very first time to Disney World. So it's a lot of new for something that we're very used to. So we're really excited. So we have a lot of planning and a lot of prepping and a lot of packing to do. We just got ready. We're about to leave the house. I have to go get my hair cut. Then we're gonna go last minute pick up a couple of things for our trip, and then we are going to be picking up a couple of groceries. So like for the marathon, I want to be able to make my own meal before we go to bed that day. I'm going to try to eat as much home meals as possible while we're gone, and we are going to be at Disney World for 1 travel night and then 2 solid days before the actual marathon. So I'm going to try to eat as much food that like my body's used to and not as much theme park stuff. So we're gonna try to have like things. Thankfully we have our camper, and we have a refrigerator, and we have like a cook stove and things like that. So we're gonna make a pasta meal for dinner the night before the marathon, and then we want to have a couple of things just in the camper for like breakfast and stuff, so we don't have to eat all theme park food because it is a long trip. It'll save a little money, and it'll be a little bit easier on our stomachs. So yeah, so we're gonna go to the grocery store. We got to get snacks and all of those foods. So that is what we're about to do, and then while we're kind of doing that, I'll probably be making a list of everything that I'm gonna try to remember to pack. Yesterday I did get a good portion. Wade and I both got a good portion of our clothes kind of situated. We don't have everything situated, but we've kind of pulled out a lot of the things that we want to bring. This is a different kind of trip as well because it is January, and not that we've been in the winter months before many of times, but it always is so tricky to plan a Florida Disney trip in the wintertime, because right now we're looking at the lows being, you know, high 40s, 50s, and then the highs being high 60s, even in the early 70s. And it's just so hard to plan because in the middle of the day we know it's going to be warm, but also in the mornings and at night it's going to be pretty cold, and it can get cold depending on like how the wind is. And then I know it's going to rain a little bit. That it calls for a little bit of rain, a lot of rain on Saturday. So we just have a lot of stuff to plan for. So we're gonna have to make sure we pack plenty of stuff. Thankfully, we are bringing the camper and we can have all of our things in the camper, but it also can get chaotic, so I don't want to get too much stuff and bring an overload and an excess of stuff. So we're trying to narrow things down. We're just trying to plan for things that we can wear a sweater for in the morning, and then maybe take that layer off in the middle of the day and then layer back up for the afternoon. We're trying to be smart about that. We're trying not to bring too many shoes. We tend to bring a lot of shoes, but I think we got, other than my marathon shoes and our shower shoes, I think we're bringing 2 pair of shoes each. So shower shoes because we're staying at the campsites, and then I've got my marathon shoes, and then I think Wade and I are just strictly bringing a pair of Vans and a pair of tennis shoes. So nothing crazy there. But yeah, we're super excited, and so excited to bring you guys along for a whole new vlog series. It's gonna be super crazy because this is not the first time that we're staying at Fort Wilderness, but it is the first time, like I said, bringing our camper and bringing our dog, balancing our dog and the parks and then marathon. And then it's not just Wade and I and our dog, but it's going to be my brother as well. So he is going to be staying at the campsites as well, because our camper is not big enough. He's going to be staying in a tent at our campsite. So it's not going to get super cold, so it's going to be really nice. Wade and I stayed, if you haven't checked those videos out, the first time that we ever, well, it was the first time that we had stayed at Fort Wilderness together. It was last year for our anniversary. We mainly did a Fort Wilderness trip in our camper, or no, in our tent. It was our tent truck. We have a tent that goes in our truck, and we stayed in it at Fort Wilderness for our first time together. And we only did a park one day, so we did a lot of dining and then just like resort stuff. We are getting a golf cart like we did last time. We're really excited about having Remy there with the golf cart. We're gonna do a lot of Fort Wilderness things, and then like we have our annual passes that we're gonna be using for the first time since we bought them earlier this year. It's just gonna be a lot of fun stuff. It's gonna be a really long trip, and we're really excited to bring you guys along. So let me go get my hair cut. Let's go get some necessities from the store, and then I'll be back with you guys. Maybe I'll have a longer list and everything kind of situated for packing. So it's been a little bit longer than I actually planned for it to be in between the last clip that you saw and now. So obviously I got my hair cut, and then Wade and I went to Kohl's and got him a couple of extra pairs of pants, and then we went to Sam's and Walmart, and then we went to Kroger. Had a little bit of a malfunction at Kroger. We got everything we needed at Sam's and Walmart, but then we needed a good portion of things like deli meat and bread and like bananas and like fresh foods and things like that, that we had in our cart that we had been shopping for. And apparently the store was down in cards and you can only use cash. We didn't have cash, so we basically just had to leave after we had shopped. So if you can imagine, we decided that we were not going to go to another store and get the foods that we needed, that we would either make a grocery order tonight and Wade would go pick up those for tomorrow, or we would just pick them up when we got into Florida or we were on our way into Florida. So we haven't figured that part out. It's not that big of a deal, other than it wasted a good hour of our day. Other than that frustration, we have gotten a little bit done here and there. We've just been organizing things. When we go on vacation, I think most people are like us, and we like to have a nice clean house. So as we've been doing stuff, we've been picking up and cleaning and doing laundry and just trying to make all of it just nice, clean, and organized. So it doesn't look like I've done much, but we have actually done a good portion of things today. And we also, because Remy's coming on this trip with us, we wanted to give him a nice fresh bath. So today was a perfect day since neither one of us had to work. We gave him a nice bath, and that's actually what I just finished up doing. So I look a total mess, and it's like actually kind of hot. So that's what I just finished. A bath is like an hour session alone with Remy because he has to be blow dried, and that takes a good 20 minutes, and it's just an ordeal that he absolutely isn't fond of, but then I think he really likes it at the end because he's nice and clean. So he's clean and he is prepared. I'm going to show you guys kind of like my organization of the since we have a lot going on, and no, this is not the traditional packing in a suitcase kind of thing, but we've kind of got everything like laid out in bags for Remy, and then for like my running stuff, and then just our regular clothes and things like that. So I'm going to show you that. I will say that I'm not going to pack anything until tomorrow probably. I don't think either one of us have completely decided on exactly what we want to bring. So I think that's what we're going to do tomorrow, but I do have everything laid out and like planned out. So a little bit better of a plan than I had this morning. So all of my marathon stuff is going to be in here. Anything that I will use for the marathon is going to be in this bag right here, so I don't forget anything. I can just double check everything that is in this bag. And then I have my foam roller and then this roller right here. Those will both be because I do have a training run that I'll have to do on probably Friday, whenever probably before we go to the expo and everything. I'll probably be doing one more like 2 or 3 miles because we really don't have time Saturday. I think that I'm just going to do that Friday. So we will be in Orlando, so I'm going to want to stretch and foam roll and do some of that. I don't have that extra outfit for that run, but I'm going to have to throw it in here. But I'm going to show you guys what I have for the marathon. So first I'm going to show you the shoes. So I've worn these probably a good 20, maybe 30 miles I've ran in them. I got these sometime in December, and I've used them a little bit. I love them. I've already been training in just a different pair of the same Cloud Monsters, but I really liked them for this training session, and I think they have a good amount of support here. So that is what shoe I'm going to be wearing for the marathon. So I really like wearing these high cushion feature socks. They're probably my favorite, so I got a brand new pair of these. So I'm going to wear this Nike bra right here. I really like them. It's kind of like the best supported running bra that I can find, so I really like that. So I'm going to wear that. I feel really comfortable in that, so that's what I'm going to do. I will add what the shorts are on the screen because I don't remember, and they do have like some white stuff on them, but I think that's just when they got cleaned. I need to wipe that off. So it's like lint or something, but they are a really nice material that does not move. I've ran in these a couple of times, and they have pockets everywhere. So this is one of the main reasons that I bought these shorts. So they're like an 8-inch bike short, which is really nice, but they have a pocket here, then a zip pocket here. The only thing about this zip pocket is that when you're running, it's really hard to get it back up, but if you need that extra pocket, it's there. And then there's a pocket on this side, and then there also is a full pocket back here. So I can fit so much in this pocket, you wouldn't realize it, but when you have them on, you can feel how much you can actually fit in there. So that is, if you can imagine that I will not need to wear, like sometimes I'll wear a spy belt to have like extra room. I'm not even bringing my spy belt for this marathon because I don't need that extra because I have all these pockets. I'm probably gonna bring it. I may bring it, like throw it in the bag last minute just because I'm worried that I'm not gonna bring enough stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. And then I think you'll notice a theme here. So everything is black. I didn't intend to wear black. I actually meant to wear more of like the marathon colors, but it did not work out very well because I could never find anything that actually matched the colors of the marathon. So I just got a regular black running shirt. It's actually a DSG brand from Dick's Sporting Goods, and I ran it a couple of times. I like it, and I bought it a little bit bigger so it wasn't clinky because that's usually how running shirts are, and I don't like that. And then I've got just an old Nike hat. Then since I've got a black theme going and a Nike theme going, I'm gonna wear this if it's raining, or I may just wear it anyway. I'm not really sure, but I'm bringing it just in case. I do like to wear a hat sometimes, especially for such a long run. I bought these from Target last minute, these gloves. I do have some gloves and I haven't been able to find mine, so I've been wearing Wade's, and they're kind of bigger. So I bought these to wear. I can probably fit them in my pockets when I'm done with them because I probably only need them for like in the corral and maybe like that first mile. but I brought them just in case. I'm probably going to use them. I've got my Gooder sunglasses here. So I did not know if I was going to wear them until I started running in these Nike shorts. And then I realized I had plenty of room. That back pocket I was showing you guys. These plus other stuff like actually can just sit in there. And these Gooder sunglasses are amazing because they just like, I've sat on them. They're awesome. So I think because I'll be running for a couple of hours in the sunlight, especially if I don't wear the hat, I'm going to wear these. But I think I'm going to bring them. I don't feel like it's going to feel like too much stuff. So I think I'm going to bring those. I've actually never wore my shocks in a actual race before. I don't remember if I ever have. I know I haven't worn them in a Disney race, and I don't feel like I'll need them all that much, but I'm gonna have them just in case because I love these. And even if I just use them in the corral maybe, and on like the straight highway portions of the run. But yeah, I love my shocks, so I'm gonna have those with me. And I'm definitely gonna bring chapstick as a necessity. I'm going to probably use this because I have like little flyaways, so I'll just put that in my hair when because I'm gonna have my hair up in a ponytail. The only thing I don't have in this bag that I just realized, but I have them because I'll show you in a second. All of my hair ties and stuff, they're in a separate bag. They're in my bag that I will have for like the restroom and stuff, because we're staying at Fort Wilderness. We'll have like a whole bag designated just to go to the bathroom, and I've got my hair ties and stuff in there. But this is really good just to just roll over your hair so you don't have flyaways, especially if I'm not gonna wear a hat, like I haven't decided yet. So it's really good to have, so I'm gonna bring that. And obviously you have to have Body Glide. Now I have not felt any chafing in these shorts. I wore them for the longest run in these shorts for 20 miles in the rain, and I didn't get any chafing, so I'm really excited about that. But obviously I'm gonna lather this on everywhere because honestly, if you've ever chafed before, it's a necessity, so it's gonna go everywhere. So I've got that, and I actually think I like this better than the Body Glide. I've always used Body Glide, and I on a whim just bought this, and it was really nice. I think there could be other products that are better, but I didn't, because it's so much larger. The Glide goes on a little bit bigger than the other. I like it, and it also doesn't feel as hard. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it goes on smoother is kind of how I was trying to explain that. And then I don't use this deodorant but for when like I run and stuff, so I've got this for just the run, and I'll make sure I lather up that. And I'm going to bring these. I got the whole bottle, but I'll probably just put a bunch in a little baggie. So I've got some baggies here that I'll put these Salt Stick Fast Chews in. And then I've got these Sour Patch watermelon candies, and I will put just like a bunch. I don't really have a rhyme or reason to them. I'll probably always finish with more than I really need, but just as I feel like I need them, every couple of miles I'll take one or two of these. So because this race has like Powerade and stuff, I really won't need these as much, but I will be taking them just for extra precaution because I do sweat heavily, and it's probably going to be hot for the marathon. So definitely going to have these. And then I have extra baggies just in case. I will have my watch, even though it's acting up lately. I will have my watch here. Then I'll run with it. And then I have the charger for my watch and for my aftershocks. So have those here as well. And then the last thing other than that spare change of clothes for that 2 or 3 mile run that I'm gonna run Friday, I've got some Goose. So I like we always buy these in bulk,
So I like the outrage chocolate. I also like the coffee one too. I think I like the coffee better. But I've got a ton of these, and I may pack all of them. I may only bring 5 of them, but it's better to have more. Just whatever I feel comfortable with. I'm going to try to bring at least 5, but I may have 6 on me. Not that I think I'll eat all of them, but just in case.
I have extra just because I want to make sure I can pack enough to what I feel like that day for the marathon, because it's going to be hot. The forecast shows it's going to be pretty warm for the marathon, and I just want to make sure I have plenty of fuel, because fuel is very important. That's what's going to make me feel good for that day to push through the marathon, but also for my recovery afterwards. The fuel makes a difference, and I can't rely on what's going to be on the course. I don't eat sports beans and stuff. I do think that I will try to grab a banana if there are some when I get there. I've heard from last year's marathon there was people talking about how there were no bananas left when they got there. I'm not really sure, so I just want to make sure, like, I won't take all of those goos if there's an extra banana or just different scenarios. But there's so many stops on the course that I feel like I won't have a problem on this course. I just want to make sure I have plenty of stuff just in case. So I have more than I need, I think, for everything, for every scenario. I also forgot I do need to grab like an old sweatshirt that I probably will throw away. I will probably grab that. So I'm gonna write that down in just a second. I need to add a sweatshirt, and then I need to add one more running outfit. Those are the only things that I feel like I need to add to my running bag, but other than that, I think I've got everything I need. So the last time that we stayed at the fort, we got these bags from Home Goods. They're like $1.99, and they were perfect size for all of the things that we need basically to bring to the comfort station. So even like when we stayed in our tent, use the comfort station to shower, use the bathroom, and all the things. And they also have, like, if you want to do your laundry and whatever. But we have these convenient bags, so like we can put our towels in. So like we have an extra clean towel in there. And then I've kind of gotten some stuff in here that I've started packing. So like these are just some shoes for the shower. So I'll wear these to and from, but also in the shower. And they're just little cheap little shoes that I can get wet. And then I've got like my makeup bag. So I've cleaned out and organized everything in here. And this is what I was talking about. I have all of my hair things. So I've got like hair things here, and then I've got some hair things here, so like little rubber bands and regular size ponytails. The more the better. And then I've just got just different things to use for cleaning my face, and then all of my makeup. So like I can have this, I can bring this to the comfort station if I want to. I'm not really sure. I may just keep this actually in the camper, because I'm not going to get ready in the comfort station. I'm just going to shower and use the restroom over there. So I think I'll probably just hang this up in the camper and have easy access to it, because I can wash my face and do all of that in the camper. But I do, I'm going to keep this in here with all of my restroom stuff, because this is how I'm gonna like bring it to, I can't have anything roaming around in the camper. So once we get to the campsite and set everything up, then I'll bring it and pull it out of this bag. So I've got that, and then I've got this where I haven't even, I've just filled it with some small things that like when I buy my face cleansers and stuff, they'll give me like little versions of the stuff that I use. So I'm actually just using those for that. And then I've got a brand new toothbrush, so I just added it in there. So I'm just gonna fill that stuff up, and that's gonna be more last minute things, is all the bathroom stuff in here. So I've got that, and then I've got this little bag right here that is good for the shower. So I've got like a bar of soap and some extra little baggies, and then I've got my shampoo and conditioner, which actually is not convenient whenever you use bar shampoo and conditioner at the fort, but that's why I've got brand new bars here, and then I've just got some little reusable baggies that they're not reusable, but they're plastic baggies that I'll reuse for the whole week. And then I've just got my soap in there like that. So everything in here can get wet, and then I can close it up and then stick it in here. As I use it, I'll dry it off with my towel, but it's just easier to have things that can get wet and not continuously to get all of my other things wet. And I also have this. Wade and I both have these, and I don't know if we're going to use them, but I threw it in here because this is a bag that I got from the St. Jude Half Marathon last year. But it's just like a little bag, and maybe if we need to throw something wet or whatever, we can throw it while we're transporting it back and forth from the comfort station. Just an extra bag just if we need it. But other than that, basically our toiletries, we'll always try to make sure that there is a clean towel, because I remember last year I actually was getting ready to take a shower one afternoon and I forgot to bring a towel, so I had to put my clothes back on and go back to the campsite just to get a towel. Thankfully I didn't shower before, because that would have been awful. I didn't have a towel. So we try to keep a clean towel in the bag always, and then all of our toiletries and things. Obviously we'll have to add fresh clothes and things as we need them, but it's just nice to have a designated bag for the comfort station. So I have one. Wade has his, and he's got similar items. His is not going to have as much stuff, but he's got his towel, and he's got his toiletries bag, and then he's got his shower shoes. And then the next item that I have right over here is Remy's bag. So like I've said, I've tried to pack up as much stuff as I possibly can without packing stuff that is not ready, or we're not ready to pack up. So I've got this little IKEA bag right here, and it's got almost all of Remy's goodies. So when we travel, we always try to make sure we get more than we need for food, just in case. We've got his little treats, and we've got an extra leash. We actually have a retractable leash and some little fold down bowls that are always in the truck. And then his harness is in the truck as well. We keep all of that stuff usually in the truck, so it's already there. And then we've got two big giant bags of dog food, which is actually a couple extra meals that he probably will need. But we've got all of that in here. The only thing that we'll have to add to this is his bowls that we use here in the house. So we're just gonna clean those and then pop them in here, probably last minute. And then the one other item that we have to get out of the cabinet is his papers for his shots and stuff, so we can show in case we need to. Just like to have those whenever we travel, so we'll put those in the truck as well. But as far as this bag goes, everything but the bowls that he's currently using is going to go in here. So he is all packed up. So another thing that if you have watched our other camper series, whenever we took our camper out for Thanksgiving, you'll see these bins look very familiar. So these are our bins. One we kept our shoes in, and then the other two are clothes. So they're obviously not big enough for a whole 9 nights, 10-day trip. So we're gonna probably pack half of the week's stuff. So I'll have like half of Wade's stuff in here for the first 4 or 5 days, and then half of my stuff in here for the first 4 or 5 days. I do have a packing cube that I've already started with, like some socks and bras and underwear, and then he'll probably do the same in his. So that's kind of like easy and not everywhere. So we've got that started, and I'll show you kind of what we're going to put the rest of our clothes in. So this bin right here is something that we use in our house, like because we live in a small tiny house. We have these in our closets, and we have these under our beds, but they are just simple. They just unzip right here. I can unzip the whole thing, and it's just a cube, and I can actually like fold it down if I absolutely needed to, but it fits perfectly in the camper
And we'll just add the remaining part of our clothes here. We do have like a down day where we're hanging out just at the fort and just doing all the things at the fort. And we'll probably use that day just to kind of like refresh and move some stuff around. And we'll just pull those clothes out of here and just fill the bins up. I have another bag laying in the floor over there, but we have like other bags like this. Here's some more packing cubes that we'll probably use, but just that will put all of our dirty clothes.
So yeah, that is basically everything that we have situated now. Like I said, we have everything laid out and organized for our bins, but I'm gonna wait until the rest of our clothes are packed and we really decide on what we're gonna bring. I'll show you kind of like how we're gonna bring our clothes, since it's gonna be warm in the day and I get pretty cold easy, so I feel like I will mainly wear sweaters for most of the trip, and maybe in the middle of the day I'll just take my sweater off for an hour or so. I don't think it's gonna be too warm, but I do get cold. Wade, on the other hand, even though I'm bringing some shorts and skirts and things, I'll more than likely not wear most of it, but I'm trying not to bring too much, if that makes any sense. But Florida winters, they're kind of hard to pack around, so I want to make sure that we are comfortable because we are going to be at the parks, and enjoyable. So I'm going to try to bring something that I can layer into and out of for most of the day, and that's kind of what Wade is going for as well. But we are bringing a lot of sweaters, so we're just trying to make sure we don't bring too much. So once we have all of the laundry done tomorrow, I think we'll kind of show you kind of how we pack that and pack most of it. And then I'll get the remaining of those things that I was missing out of my gym bag for running, the sweater and everything. And we'll just catch back up with you guys tomorrow and see how much more we can accomplish. And at this point, we are less than 48 hours away from leaving for our Walt Disney World trip. It's so exciting to think about, but there is still lots and lots of work to do. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see how much we can accomplish.
Alright, so some of my prep today was to try to get all of the camera equipment gathered up, all of the stuff charged and ready, and get it packed away. This is normally what we will carry all of our camera equipment in, which I'll just kind of flip it over. Got a nice little pouch where I can put things up here, and then all of my lenses and my camera bodies, stuff for microphones, more microphone stuff, battery chargers that'll go in here, cords, and then I need to get a bag better than this Ziploc bag, but right now I just use this Ziploc bag to keep them in. I'll get them all charged, and then I'll put them in here as well, but I'm not using this camera. I don't even know if we'll use the 6400 while we're there. It's a possibility, but I like to bring it just in case for a backup. Also, I've got, this is like years worth of just Disney things, like park maps, personalized park maps that the Walt Disney World used to do. I really wish they would do that again. And just receipts. I keep everything, stickers. But anyways, I mainly, there we go, wanted to bring some of this stuff along just for like some Instagrammable photos, just some old, like that's, I don't really care about that, but like a park pass from, I don't know what, 1993 or something like that. 1994. So, you know, just some Instagrammable photos and the old ticketed fast pass systems. Let's see, I've got Soarin', Test Track, Space Mountain, what is that, Big Thunder Mountain, I think. No, Expedition Everest, and then just all kinds of stuff. But Soarin', it'd make a little fun Instagrammable photos, so I'm gonna bring those with me along for the ride. But I think that's really about it out of here. I mean, good grief, look at this. Look at all of these, like, photo pass cards, just like, it's all kinds of things, old magic bands, a straw, But I take these with me, so I'm gonna pack these, probably put these in my camera bag somewhere. I'll just slide them right in there and they should be safe. Pack this back up. Oh, and if you've never seen personalized maps that Disney used to do, you should check them out. I think they did 2 or 3 different styles, but I'm not going to open these up, but you can find them on the internet. They were really cool. So, not much you can get from Disney for free nowadays.
So we are less than 6 hours away from our departure, and I really have a lot of things to do. So I just got done with work, and that's kind of what we're doing. So everything's clean, everything's ready, prepped. I've just got to make final decisions on exactly what we're gonna pack as far as clothes and put it all away, put it in the camper. I've got to add some stuff to all of these bins and we will be done. So that is what I'm about to do. Just kind of get it all situated. So this is the outfit that I need for my quick run tomorrow that I needed to add to this bag. And then Wade got me a sweatshirt from the store that will ended up just keeping me cool, probably in the corral, and then we'll end up tossing it for donation. He had to go pick up our grocery order this morning, so kind of worked out for the best. But now we've got this whole bag packed so I can zip it up. So we are done packing. We have about 40-45 minutes before we actually plan to leave, but I wanted to show you kind of how my packing situation actually ended up being. Everything other than what I'm about to show you is already packed up in the truck, packed up in the camper. So I'm gonna show you this and then we'll show you what the camper looks like. Yeah, we're super excited. Everything worked out almost how I had it planned. You'll see in a second. So I've got both of our bags for our toiletries are there. This is packed up mainly with like all of my sweaters that I didn't get everything packed in there like I originally planned. So this blanket needs to go in the camper, and then both of Wade's and my clothes are in here. Most of the clothes are in here except I was already gonna have this bag extra anyways because we're gonna eventually put our dirty clothes and stuff in there, but I've got a couple of like sling bags in here. I ended up putting some of my PJs, and then all of Wade's like big bulky sweaters are gonna be in that bag. But for the majority, like I said, our socks and underwear and stuff are in these bags, and his is a little bit bigger, so his clothes are nicely and neatly put in there. Other than his big sweaters. And then I have a couple of sweaters in here, but I really just couldn't fit them, so ended up putting all of my sweaters in there. So it's gonna work out. It wasn't exactly how I planned, but I think it still is gonna be nice once we have the camper set up. But it'll be a nice transition. Everything's gonna be ready to go pretty much whenever we get stationed in our campsite. So as of right now, we've got all of this. I made the bed, but then I've got everything kind of strategically stuck in so it doesn't move. And then inside of this right here is a cabinet of amazingness. So I have like a whole thing of like all of our plates and cups and napkins and just everything. It looks like Wade added some stuff, our cameras and stuff, but like everything for the kitchen here. And then we've got his toiletry bag. I've got my running stuff in there. We've got some like random knickknacks in here you can't really see, but it's all gonna go in there. And I'm gonna put this right here and the seat cushion down here, and that's gonna sit there. I'm gonna let Wade look at this, but I don't think any of this is gonna move. So if he thinks it needs to be moved, we'll move it, but I know none of that will move inside. That's our clothes and all of our food. So we've got all of our dry goods in there. So that's good. And then we've got in all of these little cubbies, we have like
our bins, Remy's toys, and then we've got like other stuff like towels and those extra clothes right there. We've got all of our computer stuff, an extra blanket with our laptop underneath it, and then Remy's bed, more towels. And then in our shower, we've got our shoes bin and then some pillows, our pin board, and we'll show more of that in another vlog probably tomorrow when we check in at the fort. And then we have our broom here, and I think all of that is pretty sturdy in here, and I don't think it's gonna move. So I'm gonna get the approval, and then I think we'll be ready to go. Oh yeah, and this is Sam's tent. I don't know what we're gonna do with it just yet, but. So that is it. Everything is packed up, and it mostly went exactly how I planned. I'm really excited that I planned everything a little bit more than I normally do, with the different bins and everything, because it was very organized, and it may look a little cluttered to you guys, but I feel like we did a really good job organizing everything, and everything's kind of in its place, and all we have to do when we set up camp is kind of pull it out and pull it out a little bit, but it's basically where it needs to be. And the process wasn't that bad. It did take us a couple of days to get everything clean, get everything situated, kind of plan everything out. But I made a list, and I stuck to that list, and I've went over that list multiple times just to make sure that we have everything that we need. And for this to be a marathon trip, Run Disney trip, for it to be a trip that we're bringing our dog for the first time, Fort Wilderness trip that we're bringing our camper, it's a big trip. So, and it's a 9-night trip. It's a little bit longer than your normal like Run Disney weekend or whatever. So we had a lot of stuff to pack. We had a lot of things to bring. We had a lot of things to think about. So we have a little bit of food. That's the last thing. I forgot about the food. Other than the dry food that we have in here, we have a little bit of food that I have bagged up, ready to just bring along in the fridge just as soon as we're about to pull out of the driveway. We're gonna do that. Wade's already got the camper backed up to the truck, so I'm just gonna get him to look at everything, make sure everything's in place. I'm gonna figure out where to put my brother's tent because I'm not really sure where we need to put that. But yeah, I just wanted him to make sure everything looks good before I close up, and we will be ready to go. We have a whole vlog series coming along. Like I said, we've got a bunch of adventures with our dog, going to Disney World for the first time. We are going to be doing a whole Run Disney series for my first marathon, and Wade spectating the marathon, and we're doing the parks. Obviously, we're using our annual passes for the first time, like I mentioned earlier in the vlog. So yeah, we're really excited about this vlog series, and we can't wait to bring you guys along for all of it. Thank you guys so far for following along, and we will see you in the next one. It's travel day. The next vlog is going to be our travel day, which starts in just a second. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.